would you say a prayer for us right now?
No. God save these people. They're just obviously trying to do the right thing, but they're off in the wrong direction.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean save? What do you mean save?
You're not God. You can't judge us like that.
I'm not judging you. I think you're.
That's a judgment.
That guy.
When you say save us, you mean save us from going to hell? Like, what do you mean?
No, I save you from being who you are.
A what?
Save us from being who we are. Hello. Why what? Well, I mean, first off, you are forcing someone into the world against their will. That's what happens when we come into the world. I mean, do we get a say or a choice? Exactly, so it's forced. And then, you're creating harm and suffering for that individual, and the way we can impact others.
Because life is full of pain.
Right, and we can prevent that by.
So, would you like to commit suicide to avoid the pain?
No, that's not. We're not encouraging suicide. We're not encouraging people to end the lives that they're living right now. We're encouraging people to not start lives for other people on their behalf, because we feel that it's unethical, and we should be prioritizing helping existing life that's already here, because there's an overabundance of that, and these are individuals who have real.
Overabundance only in certain areas.
No, there's an overabundance literally everywhere. And we can also, and it doesn't matter where they are anyway, we can help people, rescue people, animals from all kinds of locations. It doesn't have to be someone that lives on your street or in your neighborhood, So given that that's the reality that we're living in, why would we put the unborn before those who we're already surrounded by right now, who would love much better lives, who would love to have their.
Why can't we just contribute to their lives instead of not
have that feeling, but hey, you can't guarantee that.
Do you realize what you're saying, that you wouldn't be alive if your parents had not had children?
Yeah, and what would be wrong with that? Even if I loved my life, and it wouldn't matter, because you can't be deprived. You can't miss out on anything if you're not born, because you don't know of what you could potentially be missing out on. The only time you need to experience good things in life is when you have a life, So you're not, if you were never born, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't know. So what was your motivation to have a child?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I understand.
Or was it
Dead parents.
your dead parents? What does that have to do with?
They wanted me to keep it going.
No way, you guys haven't figured out God is real, that life is a gift from God.
Are you Christian? Are you Christian? Do you believe that there's a hell?
Absolutely.
So you agree that if you create a child, you're gambling with their eternal soul, they could end up in hell?
Good point. Everyone has a choice.
Yeah, but if you're a parent, you're creating a child, a person with the ability to end up in hell. And there's a chance that
to end up in hell.
and there's a chance they could do that.
Of course.
So you agree? So you think it's okay to gamble with someone's eternal soul like that?
Absolutely.
Have more kids. Have more kids. Have more kids.
I already love you guys.
Yeah, you want a sticker? You want a sticker?
Fuck them kids.
It's not about hitting on kids. It's
fuck them kids.
okay. Well, you can have that viewpoint. This is about let's make the world.
need more kids, bro.
Well, yeah, we don't need any more. Well, yeah. Well, fuck procreation, right?
Yeah.
Because it's humans. Because we're only kids for a little bit of time. Then we turn into adults. Don't you think adults are worse than kids?
Bro, some people are fully maturing at the age of 60 and 50, bro.
I know. But
Fuck them kids.
so, do you have a vasectomy?
Oh, no.
No. Well,
no.
you could impregnate someone and create a kid.
No, my brother.
Are you gay?
31 years old. You don't gotta be gay to not have kids.
Well, no, are you abstinent?
We live in an abortion state.
Oh,
Flush that shit.
but
if
you
I
don't have to get the abortion. She has to get
Not
the.
my problem.
But I'm saying if you get a vasectomy, you don't even have to cause
I'm
a
not
pregnancy. That could
having
lead.
no doctor touch my nuts.
Oh.
That doctor ain't God. You crazy? You won't have a
Well, you
man?
have to get checked for
you
you have to get checked for testy cancer at some
Cool.
point
He
anyway.
could fondle my balls all he wants,
No,
but
dude.
he ain't snipping shit. He's not God, man.
15-minute procedure.
Yeah, it's fine. He can fondle it.
Outpatient.
It's all good. I'm fine with it. Doctor, you want to check? I'll cough all you want.
So
Prostate, all that. I'm fine with that.
do you do the pull-out method, or what do you do?
Pull out, smack it on your face, all that.
Oh man.
never lose a drop.
Never
Catch
lose a
everything.
drop. Yeah, but the pullout, you can make a mistake.
Never.
Never?
Never.
That's what all them say.
Yeah, no, I'm not them, bro. Oh no, I'm always coherent no matter what.
But you know, if you impregnate a girl by accident, she may not want an abortion.
No accidents exist. See, that's why I only fuck with white bitches, because white bitches know it's time to flush.
Ah, dude, you can't make that generalization. Trust me. You can't make that generalization. There's always going to be people who will tell you that I don't want to have.
Let me tell you something. White bitches value their futures more than anything. A child is not part of that future. Understand that. You have to learn your
There's
opponent.
too much evidence
You have
against
to
that.
learn your opponent so you could take them down properly. My guy, they're not gonna give up their futures for a kid. No, no, no.
But dude, people do that every day.
No, no, no. See, that's why I don't fuck with uneducated women. I only fuck with bitches that have master degrees. They have something to lose if they have a child.
Yeah, I mean, it increases your chances of abortion happening, but still, it's not foolproof. Only vasectomy is foolproof.
There's a method to this madness, my brother. I've observed this place enough to know how to move when it. Kids not happening.
There's no unselfish reason to have a child. And you know they're gonna experience suffering and harm.
Yeah, but they can also experience like love and like.
But that doesn't
matter.
So if they don't exist, there's no deprivation.
Yeah, for sure. But like they will. It's like when you create life, you get like the opportunity. It's so beautiful life, you know.
Well, for some people, it's terrible,
It's like
and that's the whole point. So we're saying it's wrong to gamble with someone's life. We're not saying that everyone's miserable. We're saying that it's a good chance that it could happen. And even if it was a small chance that it could happen, it would be wrong to take someone from a state where they have no cares, whatever, they have no needs, no problems, and then bring them into a situation.
They don't exist.
Exactly, that's why it's not bad that they're not experiencing good things, because they're not experiencing bad things.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you say like it can happen bad things, because when you get a child, it's your responsibility to like see that the child like lives well with good manners and you know the stuff.
Yeah, but some people most people have so much hubris to think that they can protect their child or keep their make sure that their child ends up in a happy. Yeah. Here's the thing, you do you plan on having children?
Yeah, I'm
so okay, so a couple things there. Yep. You've never experienced death, right? No. You've never died. So why do you think it's okay to impose that on someone else when you don't even know what it's like? You don't even know if it's something that you think should be imposed on someone else.
What do you mean death?
Have you experienced what it's like to die?
No, because I'm
right.
alive.
So then, why would you impose that on someone?
But I'm not imposing it. I'm
you are.
Life.
No. You're imposing it. They're gonna die.
I know, but like that's just life.
Dude, with that lack of reasoning, I would not want you as a father.
Well, you said.
Why do you think that child would want you as a father?
It's the parent's responsibility, right? Yeah. So isn't it the most responsible thing is to make sure that no child suffers?
But with that reasoning, it's just like, why live? Why just all not like die?
Because it's scary. Because death is scary.
Yeah, but like life is scary, and that's like what makes it.
So why would you bring someone into a scary place?
Because like life is scary, right? It can be bad and it can be good. But like without the bad parts, you can never experience good.
Right, but for the person who doesn't exist, they're not deprived of anything.
The presumption is that your child will have more happiness and more good things than the fear, but you can't guarantee it.
Like at least my child will be alive, and he's gonna like live and like of course it might be like shit, but it's also like it's a gamble, but not really.
It is a gamble. So let me ask you this.
Gamble with your own life, but it's not fine to gamble with somebody else's.
Let me ask you this.
It's not life. It's not never like comes.
Sir.
But it is a life when you bring it, and so it's not.
Wait, I'm gonna create an analogy here. Okay, say someone has this large fortune of money, right? And I steal it from them to gamble with the intent of if I win, then I'm gonna give them all that back plus some of the profits. Yep. But if I lose, then they're screwed, right?
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna. So is it ethical for me to steal their money to do that?
You can't steal their money though, because they don't have any money.
I'm asking. No. That's not the question. I'm asking if it's okay to steal someone's money to gamble with. Is that ethical?
It depends. Like.
Wait, no. Is
it for me?
Wait, how does that depend? It's either ethical or it isn't to steal someo's money to gamble with.
Views. Like for me, I feel like if you're trying to do a good thing, it's okay. But it's also like the results matter as well, right?
All right, so there's no necessity to bring that child here. That child is not that person. I'm not going to even call them a child because they grow into a person. A lot of them do anyway.
Yeah.
You're imposing life. Otherwise, there's no deprivation. When they don't exist, they are not deprived. So that's why I ask you about. That's why I ask you about the gambling scenario. Is it ethical to gamble with someone's money when you don't have consent to? Yeah, they could win big, and you give them a lot of. You've given them then a even greater fortune, but they could lose, and they lose everything.
But they can't consent because they're nothing. You can't
right, that's the point.
You can't even call them anything.
That's the point. Yeah. You can't receive consent, which is why it's unethical.
But it's creating life. It's biology. But life is
biology is not an excuse to do an unethical thing.
But it's not unethical because you're creating life, and it's beautiful.
Creating life, just because you say it's not unethical because you're creating life, that's question begging. You're saying it's good because it's good. Well, that's not actually creating.
I didn't come here prepared with answers.
Right. And the thing is, you should seriously consider all those things before you're having children. Why not adopt a child? Why not give someone a home and help who already has a need and already has a want and a desire? Why not adopt?
Well, I want to have my own child.
Why?
And I cannot.
Don't you agree that that's egoic? That's a selfish thing.
Maybe,
I want a mini me. I want them to look like me.
Well,
I want the shiny new toy.
And that's just life.
Wait,
everyone's like a little bit selfish.
Oh, wait, well,
you're saying that I'm not selfish at all. That's just being.
All right, but just because that's actually a good reason not to bring someone here. We live in a world with tons of selfish people, and just saying that it's life doesn't make it ethical.
Yeah. You think that's okay?
No, it sucks, but it's life.
But it doesn't
really
have to be if you don't bring them to life. It doesn't have to happen.
No, but yeah, for sure. But like you can never.
Okay, let's say something. Okay,
beautiful, right?
Okay. How about this? Let's say
people are being raped and murdered.
So,
let's say
it's just bad.
Yes.
So why,
in my opinion,
why are you alive?
If we stop procreating in 100 years, the Earth would be done.
The Earth would be done?
Like there wouldn't be any people.
But why is that a bad thing?
Why do I? Question.
So I
must hate your life.
Why not having kids?
Well, I think it's really unethical to force someone into the world, given what life can entail for someone.
Yeah, but why not having kids? Didn't your mom make you or your father make you?
Right, but I don't think that just because my parents had me that was like a good thing that they did, It's like we are literally being forced into the world.
Okay,
I think it would have been better to prioritize life that's already here right now and in need. I think it would have been better for them to adopt,
Okay, run me through why you believe it's wrong. Yes, I don't know why it's wrong.
Well, because you're creating harm and suffering for someone that could have been avoided had they never been born.
Why would it be avoided?
Because you can't endure any kind of harm or suffering if you don't come into existence in the first place.
So what is your magic solution?
I don't have a magic solution. I never claimed to.
Make love, not
I mean, you could very easily just not create a human. It's not that difficult, especially in the modern age. You get a vasectomy, it takes 20 minutes, and bam. Why not? I just told you, you're creating harm and suffering for someone.
I don't know.
Well, what would be your motivation to have a child if you had a child? Why would you?
Raising a mini-me.
A mini-me?
Yeah, me and mini-me work out together.
Yeah, so you want someone who looks like you and behaves like you.
Yeah, like me and my wife.
Yeah. So it's not about the kid, it's about you. It's about what you want.
Yeah, it's about me.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, we're antinatalists.
Yeah.
Do you know about antinatalism?
No, I do not.
So we believe procreation is unethical because we can't receive consent from people to be brought here. They're going to suffer, they're going to experience harm and death. There's any number of awful things that could happen to them. They could really resent being alive, and we think it's wrong to gamble with someone's life. And on top of that, we try and encourage people to prioritize already existing life. There's plenty of children in foster care that need help. There's plenty of non-human animals that need rescuing.
Yep. Yeah, that's great.
my opinion is like life can be very good and sometimes it can be bad. It's not like a straight going up.
Right, it's a gamble, and it's wrong to gamble with someone's life. It's a gamble.
I think without the bad parts, you can never have the really good parts.
That's okay for you, but it's not okay for you to force that onto someone else.
Well, it's kind of my view, and I feel like when I have a kid.
No, you can't. That's all right for it to be your view for your life, but you are then bringing someone else. It's not your own. It's not a individual decision. You're bringing someone into the equation. You're forcing life onto them.
I guess I'm doing that then.
Yeah, and that is very wrong. You should.
If you know that you're not going to give that kid a good life, you're not having kids.
Everybody most people who have kids think that they're going to be a good parent. It's hubris, it's delusion, it's ego. It's just basically narcissism. They think that they're going to be great, their kids are going to be great, everybody's going to be fine. The road to hell is paved with seemingly good intentions, right? So all the people, a lot of the people, if not most of the people that have suffered and really hated their life probably came from parents that thought, oh, I'm going to be a good parent. No, you are gambling with someone's life, and that is a horrific thing to do. It's a horrific thing to do.
Like, you think that life isn't worth it?
No, I'm saying it could be worth it for somebody once they're here. They could say, my life is worth continuing. That doesn't mean a life is worth starting. That doesn't mean we should force someone else into it just because we've made a decision for ourselves that it's okay.
So let's say
I'm happy that I was born.
That's great, but your child might not be. And I wouldn't want either one of you as parents, by the way. So just consider that.
Yeah, we just don't think that there's an ethical justification to force someone into the world, basically. You are creating harm and suffering for that individual. They are going to cause harm and suffering for others. They could experience joys if they are born, but they can't be deprived of joys if they're not born. You can only be deprived if you come into the world. And we believe that we should be prioritizing life that's already here right now and in need over the unborn. So if someone does want to be a parent and they could have the potential to be a decent parent, we would say, why don't you adopt humans or non-humans or both.
So your stance is that basically if someone wants to be, if a woman wants to be a mother and a man wants to be a father, you think that should not be allowed to happen?
Yes. Yeah, I think they should make a more considerate and compassionate choice to direct their parenting capacity towards existing lives that actually need that, rather than the unborn that doesn't need to come into existence.
So do you believe in just reducing the population or just human extinction?
Well, I'm not personally against humans going extinct, but that's not what this is about, because this is not something that everyone would just agree to, and then all of a sudden there's nobody having kids. So yeah, I think the less humans, the better. The more humans, the more problems. There's so much suffering in the world that humans endure and that we create for non-human animals. We're destroying habitats, we're destroying the ocean.
Going as far as stop having kids, are you asking everyone to stop having kids?
Our message is, it's a universal message for ourselves and for everyone who comes in contact with it. It's directed at everyone.
Stop having kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
It's that simple. It's straightforward. Yeah.
So you believe
you can't do it in the interest of that not yet conceived child. Everyone always has kids in their own interest, their own personal desire. It always begins, if you ask someone why they want kids, it always goes, I want, and then fill in the blank.
Ask yourself something. Are you grateful to be alive?
No.
I would have preferred to have not been born. I'm grateful for certain aspects of my life, but my parents did not do me a favor by forcing me into the world. I'm grateful for that my life is not far worse than it is, that it could potentially be if I would have been born somewhere else, or if I would have made a different decision in the past or something like that.
So you believe you have no purpose?
No, I do have purposes, but we create our own purposes. So
your purpose is to tell everyone else to stop having kids?
That's one of my purposes, yes, that I've given to myself. I wasn't born to do that.
Right. More babies.
Go ahead, Sticker.
One more baby.
Have you shared this message with any other parents of young children around here?
Well, we're
Yeah,
standing here with
really.
signs, and tons of parents have seen us. Yes.
And how do you believe they feel?
Well, it's a mix. Some parents actually agree with us.
And what about the parents that don't agree with you? What about the people
Well,
that
that's
want to have grandkids? What about the young people who want to grow up to be fathers and mothers?
Well, that doesn't matter. We're not here to please everybody. We're here to spread a good message.
So you're here to spread a message of stop procreating to satisfy your selfish desires to not have kids?
Well, it's my considerate desires to not create more suffering in the world. It's not necessarily selfish.
Do you believe that it is okay to tell everyone else to stop having kids to satisfy your personal agenda of being anti-natalist?
Yes, I do, because it's my freedom of speech, my freedom of expression.
Well, absolutely. I agree with that. It is freedom
yeah.
of speech, it is freedom of expression.
People can do whatever they want. We're not taking away their bodily
Correct.
autonomy.
So if people want to have kids, they should be able to have kids.
Some people even decide to have spite kids after they see us, you know?
Okay, so if they want to have kids, if they want to have kids and they can take care of their kids, I'm totally fine with that. I mean, I see no issue with that at all.
Well, you can't always take care of your kids. Anything can happen. You know,
You sure of that?
I was almost
I know
in a.
lot of folks who take care of their kids pretty fine. Some people were unsure of taking care of their kids when they first had them, but somehow worked out a way to have, be able to provide for their kids, be able to provide wonderful futures for their kids, be able to pay for college, provide their needs and everything. Being able to raise a child, I mean, I totally support that, anyone that wants to do that.
Well, it's not.
Now, if you don't want to have kids, that's perfectly fine. But
they're out of their control, though.
Before you try convincing everyone else to not have kids.
Oh, we put a lot of thought into this, trust me. I've been doing this for a few years. He's had these ideas for years. But you can't, you can try your best for your children, but there's a lot that's out of your control, and you're not going to be around them all the time.
Right, and even
the beauty of life is that
Yeah.
you can make your own destiny.
Well, you can try to make your own
Despite where you
destiny.
come
You can try to make your own destiny.
I don't come from the perfect background, but I'm actually making my life pretty well right now.
Well, that's everyone's dream, right? But it doesn't work out for everyone. It's a gamble. You could have been born as someone else, and it wouldn't have worked out for you.
Because you chose not to do the work to make it work out.
Do you know who Kobe Bryant is?
Yes, he passed away.
Yeah. Do you know how him and his daughter died?
In a helicopter crash?
Yeah, so they were together and he couldn't protect her.
But that was an unfortunate circumstance. You could also blame the helicopter person. But
you create that
opportunity of people.
No, you create the opportunity for
people have only a minority of people have unfortunate circumstances of death, but most people just die of natural causes at an old age.
But even if that was true, does the minority not? Does the minority count?
Where's that statistic?
I mean, minorities do really matter. I mean,
You're a
minorities
minority,
matter,
right? I'm a minority.
Minorities
Do we not
matter.
imagine someone said
And I
that?
also
Oh,
don't
but
think
he's
that
a
all
minority.
minorities-
Wait, did you say natural causes of old age? The leading cause of death, I'm pretty sure, is heart attacks.
And that's not
Because of old age, usually by a string
natural.
of decisions that people make with their bodies.
But that's not a pleasant way to die.
It might not be pleasant, but it happens.
Would you?
But the thing is, the way a heart attack comes
All right.
about is because of the string of decisions that people make with what they take into their bodies. People don't exercise. People
All right.
don't eat
But
well.
no, but you
and
said
they get
most
heart attacks
people
as a result of
die.
that.
Pollution,
Most
too.
people die naturally of old
That's
age
what
as
I'm
if
about.
that's like a good thing. And I'm just like saying, yeah, the most.
Being able to live a full life and then pass away, I think is just totally fine.
Well, okay, but what's a full life?
Being able to do everything you want to do, or at least trying, having a good heart, putting good into the world, spreading positive vibes.
How do you quantify?
Spreading life-giving vibes.
How do you
not death.
quantify that?
We're not spreading death. Someone can only die if they're born.
How do you quantify what all these things
You're
you're
literally
saying?
calling for people to be the last in their lineage.
So what? What's wrong with that?
That's the end of someone's. That's the death of someone's lineage.
Okay.
Well, why haven't we? Why?
Experience the lineage, so who cares?
Well, the fact is, you do come from a father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, and you come from a lot of people that were before you.
Who have probably done really awful things too.
I mean, but they're not
were
here
you there to see
anymore,
the
so
awful
why did they
Were you
care?
there to see the awful things that they did?
No, I wasn't, but I can imagine. I
You can imagine, but you have no proof.
Oh, exactly.
But the point is, who cares? Even if there is a lineage, I'm not gonna be here.
Full
so
understood.
why do I
It's
care?
totally fine. I mean, if you don't want to, by all means, if you don't want to,
Yeah,
procreate,
exactly.
if you don't care about procreating, that's totally fine.
Maybe they were nice
But
to
just
the
think about
people
what
they
you're
were
spreading.
oppressing.
They started a war with
And don't make someone not procreate when they want to procreate.
Well, we're not making anyone do anything.
And you're trying to convince.
Yeah, we're trying to persuade.
convince
Yeah.
as many
Yeah.
people as possible to stop having kids.
And to
Keep
prioritize existing life.
your priority.
No, prioritizing existing life. There's so many kids right now that are in need of loving homes.
Call for human extinction. And you believe that not having kids may be ethical for some people,
I think it would be
but not for
great.
everybody.
I think it would be great if
Having
every
children is
sentient
ethical
life
for
form
most
went
people.
No, it's not. What's an ethical reason to procreate?
To put a child into the world to make him have his own life. So I mean,
Why is that ethical? They're going to be harmed when they don't exist.
Raise a
they're
child
not
to have
gonna
good
be harmed.
values. So basically, you
Why
have a
didn't you
child
raise an adopted child to have good values?
So basically, you put into this world.
Keeps ignoring that.
Let's say my
Yeah,
parents
you
put into
are
the world, they
ignoring
see a
the
lot of harm.
question.
They want to raise up a good child who's going to do good for the world. So hey, in case I can't get a job done, hey, maybe this child can
So
get a job
there's a-
done. I
there's
teach a
children-
child to do good for the world.
Okay, there's
Teaching a child to do
children.
good
There's
for the world is
children
a
that
good
can be
thing.
adopted that you can raise
Absolutely,
that way.
yes. You can adopt. You can also procreate.
Yeah, but the
Two
thing
options.
is, the child that's waiting for adoption already has needs and desires and problems
Of course,
that
and the
need
whole
to be
system is there
solved.
to give them
Why
whatever needs they
create
need.
new problems and new suffering and new
I absolutely
harm?
support adoption. I support adoption
Everybody's
as much
going to
as
be harmed
procreation.
and suffer. Everybody's going to suffer and be harmed by being brought into this world. Why should we do that to someone who is not
So the fact
experiencing
is,
anything?
nature is not perfect. So people suffer. No, people have good times. People have bad times. It's all nature. It shows that you are alive. We have suffering
not-
as well as
that's
good
not a
times.
good
it does show
thing.
that you're alive.
You're
it gives
saying-
you that feeling.
why are
you
you
have a
saying-
diverse amount of feelings.
when you
You have
say
the
it's
bad feeling and
nature-
the good feelings. Happy, sad, hot, cold. I mean,
When you
yes,
say
it's just all part of nature.
When you
Why
say
can't
it's
you just accept
nature,
nature for
are
what
you
it is?
saying that nature is good because it's nature?
I didn't say at all. I'm saying nature is nature.
Okay, so
What
why
I'm
is
saying
that
is
a good
part
thing?
of nature. Say not everything is nature.
You're not
is perfect.
making an
not everything
argument
goes
for why
well
it's
all the
ethical.
time.
You're just telling me that stuff is bad here, so it's
I'm saying
making
some
me...
things are bad, some things are good.
Okay, but there's definitely going to be bad, so why should I force someone to experience bad when they don't have to?
Because there's also good in the world.
So you're saying that I should force them to
So
experience
basically,
bad so that they can
You have a
experience
more
good?
pessimistic view rather than an optimistic view.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
You want to stick
Thank you.
realistic view?
But you back to what you were saying. You say you totally support adoption, but that's what everyone says, but they don't actually do it.
I wish like my child could have my life because I'm really happy now.
Then adopt a child that already is in
I tend
need.
to adopt if I can have it.
Why is that the last resort though? Why would?
No, it isn't. Many people do want
No,
to
you're
adopt.
saying you're gonna adopt if you can't have your biological child.
I wanna
Why?
have a
Why? But
biological-
why is that? See,
Because I
that's
wanna-
where the ego comes
I wanna
in.
feel how it feels to have a child.
But that's a you thing. That shouldn't be their problem. They shouldn't have to be forced into the world, have life imposed on them, and then experience suffering and harm and death because you wanted to feel a kick inside of you. That is extremely egoic and selfish.
Yeah, but
Oh, I am selfish.
yeah, and then
I
we're
don't-
selfish. We're all selfish, I guess.
No, but that's okay.
And so you're gonna tell your kids someday, you're gonna say, I had you because I'm selfish.
I had you because we wanted
because
a child.
I love you.
I
So
love
are you
And
against?
I want you to
No, you don't-
experience the
The thing
good
I've
things in
experienced.
life.
No, if you truly loved your children, if
Yeah.
you truly love your children, you'd leave them in non-existence. It is an act. It is an act of harm. It is actually an act of violence to bring someone into this world.